Have you ever wondered how a spider became a symbol of wisdom and trickery, influencing cultures across continents? Well, today we're spinning a tale about Anansi, the enigmatic trickster spider god from West African mythology. Originating from the Ashanti people in Ghana, the legend of Anansi has woven itself into the fabric of various cultures. Just like a spider spins its web, Anansi's tales have intertwined with the threads of time, becoming an integral part of the cultural tapestry in Africa. These stories, initially passed down through oral traditions, have survived centuries, painting vivid pictures of a character who is as cunning as he is wise. Anansi is not your typical deity. He is a master of wit and deception, using his sharp intellect to outsmart his foes. He's a character who turns the tables, often using the arrogance and greed of others to his advantage. But Anansi isn't just a trickster. He's a symbol of resistance, a figure who uses his cunning to level the playing field, demonstrating that brains often triumph over brute strength. While Anansi is often depicted as a spider, he also takes on a human form, embodying the duality of nature and humanity. His tales are not just mere entertainment, they serve as moral lessons, teaching us about the complexities of human nature and the consequences of our actions. From humble beginnings in the oral traditions of West Africa, Anansi has become a cultural icon, his tales echoing in the hearts and minds of people across the continent. He is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling, a testament to the ability of tales to cross geographical and cultural boundaries, to unite us in our shared humanity. But the story of Anansi doesn't end in Africa. Oh no, this trickster spider god has a far wider web to weave. As we delve deeper, we'll discover how this small creature spun a web of influence that reached far beyond Africa. So stay tuned as we trace the path of Anansi from the banks of the Volta River to the shores of the Caribbean and beyond. Anansi's journey begins in his homeland, West Africa. Nestled in the heart of this vibrant region among the Akan people of Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, Anansi, also known as Anansi or Mr. Spider, first spun his intriguing web of tales. The Akan consider him a deity, not of brute strength or fearsome power, but of wisdom and cunning. Anansi is the god of all knowledge of stories, embodying wisdom and life's complexities in his tales. Anansi is not your typical deity. He's a trickster, a character whose wits and cunning far outshine his physical prowess. He's known for outsmarting not just humans, but other gods and powerful creatures. His stories, while filled with humor and mischief, are also profound parables that convey age-old wisdom and life lessons. Take, for example, the tale of how Anansi, despite being small and seemingly insignificant, managed to become the king of all stories. This story begins with Nyame, the sky god, who initially held all stories. Anansi, with his quick thinking, managed to buy these stories by accomplishing a series of impossible tasks set by Nyame. By using his intelligence instead of brute force, Anansi was able to trick mighty beasts and ultimately gain control of all stories. Or consider the story of Anansi and the pot of wisdom. Anansi, having gathered all the world's wisdom into a pot, decided to hide it at the top of a tall tree where nobody could find it. But in his greed and overconfidence, he ended up dropping the pot, causing wisdom to scatter all over the world. This tale teaches us the dangers of greed and the idea that wisdom is for everyone to share, not hoard. These stories and countless others make Anansi a beloved figure in West African culture. His tales are not just entertaining, but also impart values and wisdom, teaching listeners to think critically, question authority, and use their wits to overcome adversity. From this African cradle, Anansi's tales began their global journey, carried by the winds of change and adversity. The Atlantic Ocean, a vast expanse of water, became the bridge that carried Anansi from Africa to the Caribbean. As the 17th century dawned, the transatlantic slave trade commenced in earnest. This was a dark period in human history, marked by unimaginable horrors and inhumanity. Yet, amidst this harsh reality, enslaved Africans found solace in their cultural heritage. They held on tightly to the traditions and stories that reminded them of home. Among these stories were the tales of Anansi, the trickster god, a symbol of wisdom, resilience, and survival. These stories, whispered in the dead of night, passed down from generation to generation, provided a glimmer of hope in the face of adversity. They reminded the enslaved Africans of their strength and wit, much like Anansi himself. But more than that, they served as a powerful tool of resistance, a way to keep their culture alive amidst the efforts to erase it. As the slave ships docked in the Caribbean, Anansi disembarked with them. His stories found fertile ground in these new lands, where they were adapted and preserved. In Jamaica, Anansi became Anansi, a trickster hero of the people, and his exploits were woven into the fabric of the nation's folklore. In Trinidad and Tobago, his tales were told during wakes, providing comfort and wisdom in times of grief. In the Bahamas, Anansi was known as Nancy, and his stories were shared during storytelling sessions known as Nancy Stories. These tales, filled with wit and cunning, were used to teach moral lessons and impart wisdom. From the shores of Africa to the islands of the Caribbean, Anansi's journey was a testament to the resilience of the enslaved Africans. His stories, which had brought comfort and hope to those enduring the horrors of the Middle Passage, were now a beacon of cultural identity and heritage in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, Anansi found a new home, and his stories became an integral part of the region's folklore. In the Caribbean, Anansi, the African spider, wove new webs of wisdom and trickery. The tale of Anansi, the cunning spider, took on unique colors and shapes as it morphed and adapted to the vibrant cultures of the Caribbean islands. In these sun-soaked locales, Anansi's image underwent a transformation. He was no longer just the trickster god of African folklore. Here, Anansi became a symbol of resistance and resilience. His tales echoed the struggles and triumphs of the enslaved Africans who found solace in the stories of this small but mighty creature. His cunning and wit served as metaphors for the survival strategies employed by the enslaved people, subtly challenging the oppressive systems they lived under. Let's delve into a few of these Caribbean Anansi stories. In one tale, Anansi outsmarts a tiger, the mightiest beast in the jungle, to win a pot of wisdom. In another, he uses his quick wit to trick a snake, securing his place as the king of all stories. These tales, while entertaining, carry a deeper message. They illustrate how wit and cunning can overcome even the most formidable challenges, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Anansi's tales were not just stories, they were tools of cultural preservation. They served as a bridge linking the African diaspora in the Caribbean to their ancestral roots. These stories, passed down through generations, kept the spirit of African tradition alive, even in the face of unimaginable hardship. Moreover, Anansi's stories were also a form of passive resistance. They subtly subverted the dominant narratives, using the guise of harmless folktales to challenge authority and assert the strength and wisdom of the oppressed. Anansi's influence didn't stop at the Caribbean. His tales continued their journey, reaching every corner of the world. This African spider, with his web of wisdom and trickery, has spun tales that have shaped cultures, inspired resistance, and highlighted the indomitable resilience of the human spirit. From a West African deity to a global cultural icon, Anansi's influence is far-reaching. Anansi's legacy has spun a web that stretches across all 7 continents, influencing a myriad of cultures and captivating audiences of all ages. As the trickster spider weaves his tales, he has left indelible marks on literature, music, and various other forms of art. Starting with literature, Anansi's stories have been retold in countless books across the globe. His tales have resonated with writers who found in Anansi a symbol of resistance and resilience. From children's books filled with delightful illustrations to scholarly works examining his cultural significance, the spider's presence is undeniable. He is a symbol of wisdom and knowledge, a catalyst for change, and a beacon of hope often found in the darkest of times. In music, Anansi's influence is no less profound. His stories have been sung, chanted, and woven into the fabric of many musical traditions. From the rhythmic beats of African drums to the soulful tunes of Caribbean calypso, Anansi's tales have found their melody. His spirit dances in the rhythms and harmonies. His wisdom echoes in the lyrics, and his resilience reverberates in the beats. In the world of modern popular culture, Anansi's presence is as vibrant as ever. He has been featured in movies, animations, and even video games, reaching a whole new generation of followers. Anansi's tales have been adapted, retold, and reimagined in various forms, bringing his stories to life in new and exciting ways. He has become a symbol of diversity and inclusion, inviting us to question the status quo and to celebrate our unique identities. From the heart of Africa to the farthest corners of the globe, Anansi's stories have transcended boundaries and cultures. His tales have been a source of inspiration, a testament to the power of storytelling, and a reminder of the enduring spirit of humanity. No matter where we find him, Anansi, the trickster spider, continues to spin his web, teaching us lessons of wisdom and resilience. So what does Anansi, the trickster spider, represent in our world today? This cunning character who once spun tales in the heart of Africa has since woven a web of influence that spans the globe. Anansi's legacy is as intricate and expansive as the threads of his mythical web, reaching into the hearts and minds of countless cultures. Anansi's stories, rich with lessons of wisdom and survival, have served as invaluable teaching tools. They have shaped morals, guided decisions, and fostered resilience in the face of adversity. In the complexities of today's world, the simple, timeless wisdom of Anansi's tales continues to resonate. From humble beginnings to global recognition, Anansi's journey mirrors the human experience, diverse, interconnected, and filled with tales of triumph and tribulation. Anansi's journey from Africa to the world stage is a testament to the enduring power of stories and their ability to connect us, no matter how different our backgrounds may be.